This morning's demonstrations will be in two parts. Firstly, we'll be demonstrating the working properties of two different fall arrest products. The dummies up in the air, the orange dummies, they weigh 100 kilograms, which is the initial test weight for European testing. And the dummy nearest to us is attached via a retractable type fall arrest device, and the dummy at the back with a more traditional fixed length energy absorbing lanyard. Via some computers, then we will see that the resulting impact energy will be shown on the computer screen behind us. So as soon as the guys are ready, then we'll just drop the dummies. Thank you. And as we can see on the screens now, we've got the results from the load cells. The load cells are up on the anchor point, not inside the dummy. And on the right-hand side, the graph in blue, you can see that the resulting impact forces were reduced from what could be quite significant without an energy absorber, well over 1,000 kilograms of impact load without an energy absorber. But on the longer lanyard, the dummy fell a bit further, and therefore he's going a bit faster at point of impact. And the tear web, the white webbing, has pulled apart, slowing the dummy down and reducing the impact load to approximately 4.5 kilonewtons of force. That's approximately the weight of 450 or so kilograms. The dummy at the front didn't fall as far because retractable type arresters always work off a tight line and lock off like very similar to a car seat belt. There's an internal brake pad which would again slow you down, and the resulting energy, as we can see on the left hand side on the red graph, is a fraction less than 3. So you can make your own minds up when you're writing your risk assessments or your method statements, explaining to your members of staff who may work at height what's the best type of device to take the potential fall on. My particular answer would be a retractable. You don't exert as much energy onto your body. You can also see from the blue graph that it's quite spiky. That's some recoil and bouncing energy, whereas it's a lot smoother fall on the retractable. The other half of our demonstration is the fact that the work at height regulations say that you can't leave your colleague dangling for the rest of his shift. You've actually got to have some sort of planned rescue procedure. Martin's demonstrating here a two-person rescue. We call it pick-off. Other people have different names for it within the industry. And as you can see, he's come down on what is a two-person rescue kit, attached himself to his casualty, and now via a mechanical winding mechanism, he's lifting himself back up the rescue rope. And what will happen is he'll take the casualty's weight off the used lanyard. Now he's detached it, and he can put the device into free run. Inside the wheeled rescue hub, there's a centrifugal brake system which will regulate the downward speed. Martin's exerting a little bit more friction on the rope just so that we can come down nice and slow and have some control of your casualty when you get near to the ground. Obviously, if you've got mates rather than just somebody with a microphone, obviously we would then assist him to manage the casualty and administer first aid, etc. You'll have noticed Martin's come down with his backup system in place, the blue rope on his back. That's a two-person device for rescue situations as well, so fully compliant with the regulations. We've also got to rescue the other casualty because our members of staff had a real bad day and they both fell at the same time. And what we're demonstrating here is how swiftly somebody could really effect the rescue. Best policy would be to have trained rescue personnel working within the same team, but if it's a 3-man team, 2 people fall, you can see how swiftly one person can rescue somebody and then go back up. You could actually re-rig the same kit, but we're lucky we've got a second device up there, and this time we're going to rig it opposite. First, we rigged the rope onto the anchor point, and Martin carried out the pick-off rescue with the hub on his body. This time, we're just going to do a 1-person rescue, anchor the device to the structure, and reach down and fasten the rope onto your casualty. A lot of kits are supplied with a telescopic remote reach pole so that you can extend your arm reach. Obviously, most people's arm is only about 1 metre long, and the lanyard could have been a maximum of 3.75 metres long after it's taken the impact load of a fall, and therefore your arm wouldn't reach. So a 3.5 metre telescopic pole would allow you to clip the rescue rope onto your casualty, and then the process is the same. Lift to release. We try to veer away from any knife or cutters. The dangers there, of course, is cutting the lanyard before you've secured your casualty onto the rescue device, which does sound a bit strange, but it has been done in the past. Certainly in a panic situation, if your casualty is a friend and you're starting to panic a little bit, you could do the wrong thing. We can hear the device clicking as Martin was winding. There's a ratchet mechanism. So as you're winding, lifting your casualty, if you let go of the device at any time, there's no drop-in of your casualty until you're in control of the unit. He's taken the ratchet off, and we're lowering him down under a controlled, regulated speed. And again, your ground support workers. Yep. We'll just manage the casualty. And then obviously send him away to professional assistance. I would always suggest going to hospital. As we can see on the graphs, one of the dummies got whacked in his groin by 450 kilogram. It doesn't matter how much first aid you've done. I personally wouldn't want to look inside somebody's underpants to make sure everything's okay. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that was of some interest to you. If you've got any queries or questions, please don't hesitate to come and talk to me or one of my colleagues on the stand. And thank you for your time.